Oh.
America.
America. Oh, not a sponsor yet. Sam Summer Ale. We'll get them on the phone. We are brought to you by our dear friends Joe and Leslie and our whole crew of friends over at AAA Work Trucks. This is ATB at the buzz. So you can go to atbshow.com and get logged into all of the things. We would love for you to subscribe and share and like and comment. Hanging out today, we do have Adam stuck in hair and makeup. We have Corey stuck in hair and makeup. Rubber Shoes in beautiful downtown LA, the Lowell area. Uncle Duke's on his lanai. You know what? I'll give you credit, bud. That would definitely hold 2 beers, and you only went 1 deep. I feel like for the people, I feel like for the people, you need to top it off. Oh, what? You going to mix bag in there? What are we doing?
No, well, I know. So what happens is it's really hot.
And right? I heard you say it, but I'm just now taking in the Jurassic Park muscle shirt is also, it's a sight to behold. Go ahead. You were saying?
It is, yeah.
Oh, there she is.
Oh, there she is. Yeah. See, I'm keeping a side eye on children.
Executive producer.
They were in the pool.
She was, and now she wanted a snack. Of course, as soon as the podcast began, I need a snack.
Perfect. You can jump off camera to feed the kids. We get it.
No, Amy's got it, I think.
Okay.
But anyway, I actually have. Are you done? Thank you. I have another glass like this, nice, because it's cold. I mean, it gets warm. It's really hot outside.
It does get warm.
Yeah, so it gets a little toasty, and then. This is why I drink, America.
This is why I drink. You're like, I like Amy so much, we're going to make a little version of her. It's going to be great. And then I'll have 2 of them. Yep, big fan.
Yeah.
I'm surprised, quite honestly. I do appreciate the good frosty mug. Chef's kiss on that. I'm surprised you haven't graduated to and I'm not going to say Stanley because I know you probably don't want one, but there's so many companies now making those big insulated mugs. Like, for example, dude, I'm going to tell you, shameless plug for somebody who's not our sponsor yet. I'm only showing you this because I got this at about 6:48 this morning. So here's my cold brew, still rocking. I mean, it's empty now, but there's still ice going because I put it in this thing. And this is not a Yeti. This company's called Frost Buddy, not a sponsor yet. And this is a to-go cup. So you can take a large Dunks and drop it straight in.
Oh, I like that.
Or I'm doing the whole ad for them. There's a gasket you can throw over the top, and you can drop a medium.
For this once before.
You drop a medium. You can drop a medium in there too, and it works. And it keeps it cold. It keeps it, because that sitting on my desk is not going to get that far. Yeah. And it always depends too. Like I used to get a medium. I get the large now. This was gone by 7:45, and I'm like a drug addict screaming into the microphone when I do the quick start in the morning for the company. But I never know where I'm going to land. This thing is fantastic only for the fact that it stays icy cold all day. So it's called the To-Go Cup. It's from Frost Buddy. Highly recommend. I just got, the wife has had a Stanley. Of course, I bought the one Stanley in all of America that leaks. You know how the big thing was if you hold it upside down, it doesn't leak. Janina's leaked from day one. Thank you, America. So Frost Buddy actually makes one. I forget what they call it. It's a 50-ounce one.
Oh.
And yeah, you would fit 2 of your beers in there. So I'm just saying, maybe you need the insulated cup for your beers.
I do, and I have a lot of those. I do have them. I thought this would be more. This is more for the content.
Oh yeah, the aesthetic is fantastic, and for men of a certain age, we all probably can think back to the time when I know Richard E. Lindsay would always have 3 to 4 to 6 frozen mugs in the freezer at all times because you never know when the Pope's going to come over for a beer. So excellent. All right, so we're up and running. I think the soup of the day. We're going to talk about transactions in the NBA for sure, and all things going on there. The Red Sox are back. If you saw the first inning last night, you're back in. Just when I thought I was out, they sucked me back in. I guess we got. I mean, maybe we don't. We do touch on the fact that Brad Marchand will not be coming home. and he got some pretty good money to go play in Florida. But where do you want to start, Rubber Shoes? Red Sox, Celtics? Where do you boys want to go first?
Let's do NBA.
NBA. We'll start there. So I sent off the sophomoric text. Do we want Damian Lillard? In which I was met with vitriol from South Berwick. Was like, no, we don't want that terrible. So yeah, and honestly, I got to be honest, Rubber Shoes. I had no idea he was injured. I just know Dame. I know.
Oh, I was gonna say, before you send these off, do you actually think, or you're just
unfiltered? So grumpy. I had no concept of his injury window, so no. And I threw it out there as fodder. I wanted to see if I threw some chum in the water if I get the Sharks going, and I did. Yeah, because Scotty wants nothing to do with them. So
no, and I think Billy agreed. That it's not a good. He's not a good fit. He doesn't play defense. I think he should retire personally, especially after when I saw the injury happen. I was like, I think he should be done at this point. So that's one. Two is he doesn't play defense. Hasn't played defense in a long time. He was a big shot maker for Portland for years, but that's years ago. Mm-hmm. So he's not really that spot. And I just don't see him. He wouldn't work here at all. Just would not work here at all. So, yeah, no, I'm good. Hard pass.
Not gonna work here anymore.
It was rumors for years about him coming here and like them trading Jaylen Brown for him.
Yes,
and I was never in on that. He's a great shooter, but he's one dimensional, and the reason why he was so good in Portland because he was the only one that they had, so he could dominate the ball all the time. So you saw when in Milwaukee when he had to share the ball with Giannis, it didn't he would go off from time to time, but he was less consistent as when he was in Portland.
Yeah. It's just not
no defense.
And honestly, he's even though with the stretch, which by the way, it's just wild to me that they're doing this. The longest stretch prior to this, meaning like the stretch of the contract, right? For someone getting waived, I think it was Nicholas Batum, and it was 3 years over like $9 million or something like that. This is like for the next 5 years, they're paying him $20 million for him not to play on their team over the next 5 years.
Wow.
It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, it's I guess in theory he could go and play for whoever he wants right now for like the veteran minimum and still be making plenty of money, right? So it'll be up to him. He's not going to come back though until probably
playoffs.
February or March at this point. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And the same, he's very similar, same boat as like Tatum, but Tatum's younger. So I feel like Tatum would come back earlier than Lillard. I think their injuries were maybe a week and a half apart too. You know what I mean? So really they happen similar times, but I just don't see him. He would not fit in Boston, not with the roster that we have, which is a very good segue into Luka Garza time, baby. Now I like the Garza signing. I was always a Garza fan. He's a more athletic Luke Cornett, in my opinion. He's not as tall as Luke, but I think he's more athletic. He can hit the jumper. Smart basketball player. I was always a fan of him in college, and I think it's he's on the cheap for the most part, and they need size right now. So it was a good signing. It was definitely a good signing. They don't have any money to really sign anybody at this point. So. They were going to be bringing guys on that are going to be on the lower end in regards to the talent pool and price pool too. So
there's no big pop that's coming because they're trying to shed money at this point.
Keep an eye on
they Phoenix because $300 million in like 2 days.
Yeah, Phoenix may be doing the same thing with Beal that they just did with Lillard in Milwaukee. They might be buying him out. So he could be on the cheap also, which that possibly could be something that because he's boys with Tatum.
But I don't see that fitting either. Once Beal left Washington, like he hasn't looked the same. He hasn't been healthy, and he doesn't look like the same. His efficiency rating is just absolutely plummeted. He just hasn't. Maybe it's the fit with Phoenix. Maybe that's the case because he's still relatively young. But. Yeah, he just hasn't looked like himself at all. But yeah, Phoenix is blowing it up. they're also making Phoenix Suns types moves, which I mean, I don't know. None of them really make any sense. Like the KD trade and stuff too. Like there's a lot of stuff. I don't know. They have so many wing players that it doesn't make any sense, but whatever. But the Celtics aren't going to be, they're not big buyers right now in regards to the free agency. It's funny. People, I know the guy Shams or whatever, he's gotten into a little bit of hot water because he was like pumping up the NBA draft. This could be a chaos and it's going to be crazy. And it really wasn't. A lot of just straightforward. This is what it is, and this is what it wasn't nearly like that. And then he was saying the same thing about the NBA free agency, and really hasn't made like LeBron opting into his player option was a big deal. Like that was like the biggest news. Obviously, the letting Lillard go, and a couple of other decent trades, but nothing like nothing otherworldly has happened.
Did you think LeBron was going to retire though? Honestly.
No.
Yeah.
No, but he didn't have to opt into his contract. He could, resign.
It's the first time he's ever done it, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basically, so I think he thought by getting the option that he was going to be more able to be traded to someone else, but there's like crickets. Nobody wants to trade for that guy. Especially at $50 million a year. It's like maybe you could have went somewhere and played for less. Maybe people would have been interested in him, but not for that price tag. I think LA's stuck with him.
Yeah, he's not going anywhere. And honestly, they're going to continue to build around Luka anyway. You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be their prerogative. I feel like him. It's funny because when they re-signed him, there was like this long, there's like a page worth of like from, I think it was Pelinka or whoever in LA, we're bringing LeBron back. It was like a statement to the fans or, to the media and the fans and everything. Right.
Yep.
When he opted in the other day for the play, nothing. I mean, crickets, nothing happened.
They were probably hoping he wouldn't pick up his option so they could move on from him.
That's what I'm thinking too, is like, they didn't want him to stick around. They wanted to do the Luka rebuild now. But now that LeBron's here, it's going to be one of those things where, he's going to have to figure out how to work with Luka, and he's not going to, lay GM is not going to be able to be in full effect. I don't think as much as he thinks.
They have new ownership. The owner of the Dodgers bought them, and he likes to win. So he's probably thinking, LeBron's washed. We need to move on from him and start moving towards the future.
Right.
Do you think, like we all remember back when Max Kellerman was talking about Tom Brady was going to go off this precipitous cliff and the cliff is going to be ridiculous and it's going to be here before you know it. Do you think there's a chance we see a cliff with LeBron? Or do you think he's honestly, because you got to give him this, I mean, do you think he's kept himself in really good shape? And do you think he's just too talented to be somebody who has that kind of a cliff? Because he's, as much as it kills me to say this out loud, he's a phenomenal talent. He's one of the best NBA players of all time. He's just not, it's annoying because he's just not, I don't think he's, my humble opinion over here at this desk, I don't think he's in the GOAT conversation. I think you're having a Michael Jordan conversation. Then you're having a Michael Jordan conversation. Then you're having a Michael Jordan conversation. But do you think could we see this year or next year if he goes again, because he's only optioned for 1 year? Do you picture him having a cliff, or do you think he actually rides off into the sunset gracefully?
I don't know. Honestly, I don't think, and by the way, Kellerman was wrong completely. Brady never even hit
1,000%. Well, listen. There was a person on our former show, Wicked Pissa Dude. There was an individual on that show who had season tickets to the Patriots who said Brady would be washed up in 2010. And that person might be on this show holding a pen in his right hand.
Yeah.
Nostradamus swung and missed. I was on our former show, like lighting myself on fire. Like, he's done. traded your tickets. Meanwhile, I'm there 6 years later watching Deflategate in real time. Like, yeah, it's the stupidity is endless. As Rubbishes would say, before you post, do you actually think? No, that's the whole show.
Yeah.
It's a show about nothing.
No, I don't see it's, and so with that frame, like the way that Brady took care of his body and the way that LeBron is taking care of his, and he has been really lucky in regards to injuries. You know what I mean? He really has, and I don't see that happening. And it also depends on what you're talking about for a Cliff perspective. I wouldn't say last year was a Cliff perspective, right? For him, he played fine. He was no issues at all. And it's the same thing with Brady. Brady threw for almost 5,000 yards in his last year there. I mean, he threw the ball a ton because they have no running game and offensive line and whatever. But, I don't see LeBron having like a Peyton Manning type of year, right? Or like a Shaq type of, career, or, where just all of a sudden he just drops and it's just, he can't perform. I think he's going to go, he'll walk away, and I think it'll be after this season. I also think that he's reading the market and realizing that it's time to go ahead and move on. The fact that people would have been, killing themselves like 4 or 5 years ago to be like, oh, we could possibly trade for LeBron. Oh, totally going to do that. But the market's not there for him anymore.
Right.
Nobody's going to do that. Yeah. Reading that message and being like, I'll opt in because it's $52 million. He's not going to pass that up. Yeah. I still have a chance with a semi-talented, a somewhat talented roster. If we can add maybe 1 or 2 other pieces potentially, then, we'll go from there. But yeah, I think that I don't see him falling off a cliff though.
Yeah, I think in NBA, there's not really a cliff. That it's more you get the nagging injuries that take you out. Like,
I don't know. I mean, I think of like Hakeem Olajuwon on the Raptors and like, Dominique Wilkins on the Celtics. Like they had like shell of themselves kind of a thing, I guess. But yeah, I know what you mean. But they were injured before that and kind of I think it was just like holding on. I think it's really what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe holding onto the cliff, not falling off of it. But
I don't think it's as dramatic as a fall off. It's a gradual type thing, not a okay, you're up here and then all of a sudden boom. Like that's what he says, cliff. Like all of a sudden you're great and then you suck. Like I think there's probably most sports it doesn't fall off that quick, and they're not as good as they used to be, and they just need a little push out the door sometimes. I mean, very rarely do they you go from all-star to, bench player.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Like that bad, that dramatic.
Exactly.
So no big pops coming for the Celtics. What do you think? Is there a shoe that still needs to drop for the NBA? Is there a big deal coming? Is there a big move coming that you think just hasn't happened yet?
Figure out. I think Giannis is the big one right now that I'm waiting for. Because he hasn't made a decision. I know he's really pissed at Milwaukee for the organization for what they just did to Dame and then letting Brook Lopez go. However, I know what he was more mad about like the Dame situation than Lopez, but I know that them bringing in Miles Turner is going to make him a little bit happier, right? So I don't know. Like it'll be interesting to see how the upcoming couple of weeks go and what happens with him. Not a huge thing, but I'm also interested to see what Al Horford's going to do. I don't see the Celtics bringing him back, but then
that would be amazing.
If he retires, or if he's like he takes like a super team discount and then comes back to play with the guys, or if he's just going to title chase and grab onto with some other team, like try to get something like low and go on like Oklahoma City or something like that. You know what I mean? But I don't know. We'll see. But that's not a huge deal. But I don't see anything like massive outside of Giannis.
Okay. So, Rubbishes, 2 cents on the NBA before we escape.
Well, that's so what I was talking with Tyler about that Miles Turner, and we're wondering, did they do that because they know they're going to lose Giannis to kind of not that doesn't replace Giannis, but it fills a hole of him leaving.
Yeah.
I love the audio you put through, by the way, of Tyler on the air. That was hysterical.
Yeah, he got
super kudos too.
Yeah,
they're like best call of the night. I'm like, that's
Yeah.
awesome. That's hysterical.
That I love that. That's the night show on Sports Hub. Joe
Mhm.
Murray.
Mhm.
And he collects sports cards. We actually met him at he was selling cards at one of the shows we went to.
Yeah.
And we talked to him. He's a great guy. And his show is so fun to listen to. It's
Mhm.
not he's a big guy. He loves talking about food. It's like they touch on sports and they touch on a lot of food stuff. And he actually has he works on Sunday during summer. So it's like I have him on by the pool until the Red Sox are on. He's very entertaining.
While you're mounting your inflatable fruit. Is the fruit out there? We have temperatures now. Is the fruit out there?
No, I don't have any more fruit. I just realized that.
What are you mounting? You're careful. I can't believe I just asked that question.
What happened to the berry?
It lost air.
She had an entanglement.
So basically the thing I got last year is basically like a boat. I have a boat.
You get in a boat in your
basically, yeah.
Okay.
It's like a boat, and
All right.
then I have a tube. So I was talking about this with the missus yesterday or Sunday, saying, yeah, I think I need to replace the strawberry. That was like the best one because you can dangle your feet in the water and still lay on there and not get totally wet. Because I am a sissy when it comes to like when the water's. So yesterday the water was.
You want to be in the pool, but you don't want to be wet.
It was like no.
All
I don't mind getting my legs in the water, but I'm a Sally trying to get in like all the way. Last week, on the other hand, last Wednesday was great. It was.
We need footage of this. I got to watch him get into the pool.
Oh no, you don't. It's no, you don't want to see that.
What do you have, a rope swing? Like, how are you getting in?
No, if I could jump in, I'd be fine. But it's like you have to go down the ladder to get in.
Okay.
It's like every step.
You're a fucking fireman. You're adept with ladders, are you not? What's happening?
No, but it's every step. It's cold.
Can you not jump from the ladder?
No, it's
no.
It'll tear off.
Oh, okay.
It's attached by one bolt.
I just heard a splash at your house. Was that your house? Was that a pool splash at your house? Yeah.
My house.
It's right there. It's right there. Yeah.
Nathan's in there right now.
I think Steph just went outside.
Nathan's
get
in
off
there.
my lawn.
Well, we have like the built-in steps, like on the inside. So
you did the paver steps right on the outside, didn't you? Yeah,
and on the inside, yeah. So we just jumped from the steps in.
Okay.
But
it's not sturdy enough. It's
add a bolt.
Like I can
add a bolt. I need rubbish used to get a new piece of fruit. I'm so disturbed you don't have fruit to mount.
Like when my dad lived up in Kearsarge, New Hampshire. He lived on there was a brook behind the bed and breakfast he had.
Mm-hmm.
And I could it was freezing, but I could jump in there. I'm fine. As long as if I can jump in, or like at the ocean, I can run in and jump into a wave. I'm fine.
So it's a slow submersion that you're not into.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. We got to the bottom of it.
Yeah. I'm a little girl when it comes.
You want to be all. You want to be all in. What are we still drinking? Summers. What do we got?
Yeah, but this is the other frost. I was going to say earlier. So I have this is the other frosted.
I love that you have a cooler full of frosted mugs. Is the wait staff taking away the dirty ones for you? What's happening?
Yeah, let's not get ridiculous. I still live in Maine. Come on.
Speaking of the wait staff, where's the swim instructor? What's going on? What's happening?
That's tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
She came yesterday. Or no?
Yesterday. All right.
Yesterday.
Schedule's all off.
Monday's
now.
Oh,
is she Monday? Is she Mondays now? We're working next Monday.
Hold on. I gotta let the dog. Or she let the dog in. I don't know. What is she doing? Hold on a second. Ugh.
It's fine. It's fine. Oh, there's people coming in the back. I love all of this. This is my favorite. Oh, he's got the mosquito netting. I see that.
Yeah.
I see the magnetic mosquito netting back behind you.
Well, I'm sitting here because the fan above me, this thing is like, it gives like the best. It's like,
yes.
it's like right there.
Yeah,
So
I got you. Yeah.
I usually sit on that side of the table, but
Yeah, I just looked at my watch because I've been in the building since 7:15 this morning. It's 88 in Portsmouth apparently, so I had no idea.
it's hot.
I had no idea what the temps are doing. All right,
That's
interesting.
why I'm wearing I'm getting ready for this weekend. Jurassic Park, the new Jurassic World.
Are you
comes
gonna go see the new one?
out. Oh yeah, dude. I see
You're a glutton for punishment, aren't you? I mean, Scarlett Johansson, I get it, but like okay, yeah, that's why you're going. Okay.
Well, no, that's.
What-
I mean, I love dinosaurs and stuff. I'm a nerd, but,
And you love
I like my
dinosaurs.
dinos. I have to see
Um,
my dinos.
Yeah, Black Widow's in it. That's a definite yes. Although I probably won't go. But
Okay. I just want to go see, and I know it's out now, and I just haven't seen it yet. Is Ballerina, Anna de Armas,
I want to see that.
John Wick?
I don't
Yes.
think it's still in theater.
Is that out yet? Maybe it's
Maybe,
not out yet.
I don't know if it's
I don't know.
I thought it was already out, but it's already out of theaters already.
Oh, that's
I
not a
don't
good
know, maybe
sign.
Maybe
Anyway,
I don't know. I'd have to-
I'll check it out at home. So on to the Red Sox. I think you were the first person on the staff to go to a game this year. Or Rubber Shoes, have you
really?
been to a game this year?
not a Red Sox game.
No. Yeah,
Oh,
you went
you
to.
did?
No, he went to the Pirates. The Pirates.
Oh yes.
So tell us about your experience on the weekend.
It was fucking hot.
Was it roasting?
Well, so the weekend was wild because the day before, Ricky and I were up in the middle of nowhere, Maine, DJing a wedding.
Your brother told me on Saturday. I love all of this. What was it? Nate Dodge's sisters or what?
That's correct. Yep, Sammy.
I
Sammy
retained
got
I retained a ton of information there. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm impressed. Yeah, Sammy got married and it asked us to if we could help out in DJ, and so we up to Bridgeton, Maine, which is right on Sebago Lake.
So your dad, otherwise known as Frodo. So Frodo is on the ones and twos, and you're the MC.
Yep.
Dude,
And
they
it was,
could have sold. Does Nate Dodge know that his sister could have sold tickets and we all would have paid to be there? Are you kidding me?
I don't think you would have known that, but no. Hello. In the middle of it was all over your face. Chips. Okay. What is something I can help you with? What? He did say Frodo. Yes, she heard the word Frodo.
She heard Frodo.
Yeah.
I love
He
that.
was talking about Grampy though, not actual Frodo. So
Is that a lot of white under that beard there, Scotty?
Oh, Scotty's got tinges. He's got tinges. I
Done
mean, mine's all
hair.
baked in. Mine's all baked in.
I got lots of grays, Billy. I got lots of grays. It's.
I
mean, you
mine's
saw why.
mine's all here. Like up top, I'm fine. It's all right on the.
Which no one ever sees
Sides,
because he
but-
wears a hat in the shower.
Well,
but anyway,
Plus, I shave when I get my haircut. I get it shaved down to like 000. So
There you go.
when I need a haircut, you
do
can
you
see
go?
them.
You go full nude on the side? Really?
Yeah.
Interesting. All right.
But then, yeah. So after Bridgeton that night, we drove back, and then next day we drove into Boston, and Stevie, Dad, and I, and it was good. It was the seats were 3 rows from the field. Unfortunately, had a very annoying family behind us. Like this guy brought his
Isn't it always the way? It's always the way.
like 4 and under. Like the kids were like 4 and under.
Delicious.
And that's just
yeah.
It
It is what
hot,
it is.
and they were
Yeah.
whining, and like
Sure.
the youngest one maybe was 2 or something like that, and he kept yelling anytime like the ball girl whatever was a little bit of ways away from us, but
Right.
not too far. But he's like, first game, and I'm like, you're right, it is their first game, and they're not going to remember this, but I want to remember it because you guys are driving me insane.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it was fun to be there. My father had a blast. Ricky's there, it's 90 something degrees.
Was he
hotter in the
tuned
sun,
up?
and
Is he
jeans
ripping
and a
Michelob Lights or
t-shirt.
what?
No, he didn't drink at all. He doesn't, when it's like super sunny and hot like that, Ricky won't partake.
Oh,
So I think, I also think sometimes when he gets home from DJ gigs late at night, he partakes a little bit too much. I think that may have happened. So I feel
So
like
we
Ricky
were
was
we were recovering
I
at
think
Fenway
Ricky
in the
was still
sun.
recovering. Yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure.
can't think of
I think
anything
that's
worse than
rough.
sitting in the direct sunlight on the third baseline on a Sunday while we're losing than having a little from the night before going on in your head. God bless them.
Exactly. Yeah. So, but it was, Fenway was, the hard part was like, there was a lot of like actual incidents around like where our ramp is, like people were falling and like older folks, and like the heat was just
Jesus.
like, so it was like they were constantly closing off like our ramp and stuff, so we had to go like walk all the way around. It was just
Yeah.
that was kind of annoying. And I was like, I haven't bought a Red Sox shirt in a long time, which I heard from my brother almost the entire trip down. Like, you have like 19 Patriot shirts. You have no Red Sox. I'm like, I'll snag one when I'm down there. Just relax. So I just got a T-shirt, like a regular T-shirt with like a name on the back. I got Ortiz.
Devers, because they're on sale.
$50
Yeah,
just for a T-shirt.
it's crazy at the ballpark. Crazy.
I was like, what the?
and that's just
$50.
that's just at Fenway, because when we were in Pittsburgh, it was not like that crazy price at the ballpark.
So you have a T-shirt that says Red Sox on the front, with a name and a number on the back.
Yeah,
that's it.
Is it
regular
screen printed or embroidered? Screen printed.
Screen printed. Yeah,
$50.
It's just like the regular,
$30 at Dick's.
At least, yeah. If
$50.
Not yeah. $50. I was like,
good for you.
The jerseys that like Stevie had, like a Veritech jersey.
$250, easy. $275.
Yeah,
200. No, it was just 200.
Yeah,
it was
all right.
still a $150 markup for like, I don't know.
Yeah,
it was nuts. I was just like, that's a little bit much. And like the beers and everything's so expensive. Everything's so expensive there.
Mm-hmm.
Also had a really bad experience at Wahlburgers beforehand. Really bad. It was nuts.
Yeah, your brother was saying that Slick Rick loves Wahlburgers, which I'm not begrudging him that. Like, why? What happened?
I love it though.
I'm nothing against Wahlburgers, of course. New kids, amen. But like, what happened?
Yeah, so we've always had a good experience, and the food's always been great. We got there. It was about a 10-15 minute wait or so. So we waited, and more than enough time. When we got sat, we had, I think, an hour before the game, like before first pitch. So we had plenty of time to have a couple of beers, have a couple of have a burger or whatever, and get out of there. We didn't get our food until 45 minutes later. Or something like that, like 50 minutes. And I'm like, mine was a medium rare burger. My father's was a medium, and Stevie got a fish sandwich and some
fish sandwich,
and stuff like that. Yeah, and that was it. And it was like we were super frustrated, and it was like not just me, or our group. It was other groups as well. Something happened in the kitchen or whatever. I don't know. It was we were really annoyed.
That sucks.
And of course, we missed the top half of the first inning, which I guess is a good thing because Walker Buehler gave up back-to-back home runs. But so happy I missed that at least. Didn't miss him like walking everybody in the fourth though, because that's what he does.
You caught all that.
That's what are we doing with him? Like, right now Bayo is a weak link in the rotation, but they're not going to move on from him because he's still showing signs.
No,
Buehler hasn't shown signs in a month. And
Bayo's
is by far the weakest link.
Bayo's had 5 quality starts in a row.
My point, signs. So, what are we doing with Buehler? Like, why?
Yeah,
what is the point of having him?
He might be bullpen bound, or they may put him on an assignment if he accepts it. Where it sounds like he'll accept it because he knows he sucks. They might send him to Worcester to try and find himself.
Yep.
I mean, Giolito's pitching out of his tits right now, right? Yeah. He's pitching amazing. Obviously, Crochet, he had a rough night last night, but, overall, he had I feel like he had a ton of run support, so I feel like he just didn't have his best.
Yeah, he doesn't know how to pitch with the lead.
Honestly, he's the new Pedro, really. Pedro used to pitch lights out and lose 1-0.
Yep.
But then you have, and then Bayo, but Buehler was supposed to be that 4. And he's definitely not it. I'd rather have more Richard Fitz at this point than him. He's he's god awful. He's absolutely awful. And it's every start. And the last 4 or 5 is and the last 4 or 5 have been worse than ever. So they need to. And it's funny they sent Campbell for I know he's young, but they sent him on an assignment, right? They sent him back down because he was struggling. I don't see I know he's young, but do that with Walker. Tell him to go down there and figure his shit out, man. I don't know.
Well, he would have to accept it because he doesn't have
options.
He doesn't have options because he's a veteran. So he would have to. They would designate him for assignment, and he would have to accept to go down.
Yeah, I
or
guess
he
so.
could be a free agent. That would be the two options there. So I just bought my first set of Red Sox tickets for this year that I will be going.
Yo.
And-
See, yesterday he's in. He bought season tickets yesterday.
no,
Okay.
I'm traveling 5 hours
Oh.
to go see them.
Baltimore,
Philly.
Philly. Okay.
Yeah, first time going to Philly. So I was like, I was gonna wait till the week of to make sure the weather was gonna be nice, but then I checked the tickets over the weekend and they had like, it looked like there was a lot of tickets available, but click on every section and it's like 2 seats available in this section, 2
Yep.
seats available is this, and Philly's playing well. They're going back and forth in first place, so I could see that getting banged out by the time. So it's in 3 weeks. It's the 23rd, July 23rd is the game. So we're gonna go. So I work at the fire station on Tuesday. I have that week off from AAA. I'm gonna get out of work, drive to Philly, go to the game. We'll stay over in the area and we'll hit the culture in Philly.
culture.
Go
Yep.
see the Liberty Bell, the Rocky statue, do the
Yep.
steps. They're
Yep.
definitely going to be a video of Rubber Shoes doing the steps.
I love all of
Rocky.
this for all of us. Yes.
Yeah.
So what is, if you run the cost, and I know the answer theoretically, if you ran the cost of everything you're going to spend to go to Philly for the game versus just driving, parking, and going to a Red Sox game, and let's judge it up a little bit. You're going to drive down to Boston. You're going to park. You're going to go to the game, and you guys are going to go to a restaurant afterwards just to make it. Yeah. Or maybe you don't even need to do that.
The only extra expense will be a hotel going to Philly. It's gonna, and a tank of gas.
Sure, understood. Yep.
And so
how much were the tickets?
So I got 2 tickets for, I think with taxes and stuff, it was $200. And I'm sitting in the loge section. So loge section so that was where Scotty was. How much were your tickets, Scotty? He's
off.
Yeah.
He's in a meeting. He's coming back soon.
I mean, I would say that same section at Fenway is probably for 1 ticket the cost of what it cost me for 2 tickets.
I'm gonna guess before Scotty comes back. Scotty's were ballpark 200 each.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I got
100 each. 150.
150?
Oh, all right. He was 450 for 3 tickets.
All
okay.
Right, so yeah, mine were, I think, so basically with the taxes and everything, they were $100 each. And I'm third base side behind the dugout. Actually, I don't know the row. Pull them up right now. I'm row 16.
I mean, the amazing thing is people are just like, you can fly to Baltimore to go to a game, and it's less expensive
row
than driving
16
to Fenway.
behind the Red Sox dugout.
Sweet. So you're going to a Red Sox game, just not at Fenway. He won't give John Henry your money.
I really want to go. I mean, it's possible I could go next week.
Okay.
Colorado's in town and they're really cheap.
Terrible. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they're like, the tickets are starting at like $30.
They're the worst. They're the worst team right now, right? Are they the worst team in the whole league?
One of, if not, it's.
Yeah, I think they're fighting for last place.
Yeah. Yes, they're definitely, if not the worst, they're close.
Yeah.
Let's see, updated. So they have 19 wins and. Yep.
They're the worst.
The next team is the White Sox with 28 wins.
Look at them. Good for them.
So
it's a race to the bottom.
9 games worse than last year's worst team.
All right. Setting records. God bless.
Yeah, they're not going to do anything before the All-Star break. They're hoping Bregman comes back.
Mm-hmm.
I think after what happened yesterday, I think they go away this weekend to Washington, and then they
Mhm.
come back on Monday or Tuesday next week. I think Bregman, as long as everything stays how it's been going, he'll probably start next week. I'm thinking he's going to start. They've been talking whether do we send him down to Worcester to get a couple of rehab games, or just start him up here. I mean, they might as well just play him up here. So Bregman will be back, but they're not going to do anything. And I have a feeling that Chapman, Giolito, and Duran are all on the block for
I hate that.
and I don't think they're. I think Breslow is hoping they get worse by the trade deadline, so he
can justify doing it.
Yeah, yep. Because I think Chapman can get them quite a bit. He's a all-star caliber closer right now.
I will say I was pretty excited to see him pitch, even though they lost the game. But he needed to get the work in because at that point he had to really pitch. But to be as close as we were, and to watch him throw 102, I think it was the max that he hit.
Just sick.
Did you hear the ball hiss?
It was insane, and you couldn't there was times where you could see his slider, which by the way was still 94, 95, right? And then he threw his sinker 101 at one point, and then his four-seamer was hitting 102, 100 consistently.
Just
and when
gas.
he threw it, you'd be like, you couldn't see it. It was just it was just and I was we were right there, and I had a really good view at it, and it was just wild.
Did you guys
also? I will say Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is a big man.
He's a beast.
That dude
He's a beast.
Is rugged, dude.
I'm so disappointed they tied him up, and they were smart to tie him up. But I wish he was gonna get to the market. Yeah.
Did you guys
he's a beast.
Stay with the Red Sox last night and catch Hicks?
I stayed through most of the game. I did not get to Hicks.
Yeah, he touched 102.
You did? Yep. Yeah, he was throwing hard.
So that's what we got him from on the Devers trade, and the other pitcher is actually the other pitcher that they sent to Worcester is like the cream of the crop out of that trade that we got. He's supposed to be the potential decent pitcher, but this guy, I think San Francisco did the same thing that we did with Houck and Whitlock. We're like, oh, let's turn him into a starter.
Yeah,
and he can throw 100, but when he was a starter, he was only throwing 94.
Yeah,
and it's like his stuff's electric and lights out at 100. Why? It's like, but he can't do that if he's going to try and pitch 6 innings. If he comes in and just going to try to blow your doors off for an inning, if his stuff looked good last night. I know it's only one outing, but if he stays like that, I mean, that's a good. We can do Hicks in the 8th, Chapman in the 9th.
Yeah, I'd be really disappointed to see them get rid of Duran. I hope that doesn't happen. I think that's I think it's a huge mistake. I think he's a good kid.
I know he's out there right now.
Well, Robo Shoes was just saying and they were talking last night in the game that he's he's obviously one of the names that's on the block. And then you said what, Araldis and who else?
And
Giolito.
Yep. Yeah,
Duran. I think Duran would be a massive, massive mistake. And honestly, you want to piss off a fan base.
Oh my God! Everybody loves him.
They don't care because
I know.
But he's the odd man out because, especially how Rafaela has been playing lately. His glove in center field is top notch, and now he's starting to hit it. So
but you keep Duran in left.
No, but I think they want to put Anthony in left. They want to play him in left, and they want to keep Willie Abreu in right, and Duran's kind of the odd man out.
I think that's a mistake, though. Yeah, I think honestly, Duran is such a table setter, and he's just, I don't know. Yeah, and I know they don't care about the fans. They're so disconnected from what we care about and stuff. But Duran is, he's a stud. Like, I don't think you get rid of him.
Yeah.
I think that would be a colossal mistake to get rid of him.
I'll tell you.
More so than Devers, in my opinion.
Toro last night in the batter's box, just watching him stand there, like when they zoom in on them in between pitches and he's getting reset to get back into the box. The look on his face, like he looks like a guy that shows up at your door because your bookie is trying to collect from you. Like, he's so horrifying. Like, because he didn't crack a smile. Like, not that he's going to up there and crack a smile, but like, he's such a dominating presence. Like, he was in the batter's box. I'm like, this dude looks like he should be out on collections for like the mall. Like, he's just a big dude.
And he doesn't. It's weird. Cora, I don't know. Some of the things he's like, his lineups and stuff. Like, to me, Toro should be playing a lot more than he already is right now. You know what I mean? Like, I think, I can't stand David Hamilton. I know he's an athlete and he runs when he gets on base, which is not that much. You know what I mean? So
the important part is getting on base.
Right. Toro could play third. He could play second. Really not great, but so can Romy Gonzalez could play second, or, again, bring Campbell back up. I'd rather have Campbell over Hamilton personally, but and obviously Toro could play first. And there's, he doesn't play him. Plus, he's a switch hitter. I don't know. It's wild to me that he doesn't use him as much as I think he should, unless there's injuries that I don't know about. But I don't know. It doesn't seem like there is.
I would.
Gordon's been questionable in regards of his lineup.
Not that I've heard anything, but I would keep an eye on if Travis Story could stay consistent for a week and a half.
Another home run.
They would trade him in a heartbeat, and then Meyer would stop playing shortstop, and then Bregman comes back for third. If they could move Story, they would love that. Get rid of his contract, and then they get the kid playing shortstop.
Yeah,
but it's like he'll have like 2 or 3 games, and then he'll suck for a week. So it's like I swear
that's Marcelo's actual position, right?
Come on.
That's where Marcelo's supposed to be. Yeah.
Marcelo's
supposed to be there anyway. Yeah,
that'd
be great. Yeah, I mean, I don't hate
third too. I mean, Meyer missed a beat.
Oh my God, at all. He's as a rookie, he looks like he's as good, if not better, than Bregman as a fielder already. He's so smooth.
He really is.
Yeah. And Anthony's starting to, they're both starting to have, multi-hit games, him and Anthony. So I think, if they can weather the storm for the next month, I think the second half of the season, they have a chance with these young guys starting to figure their way out in the.
You're telling me there's a chance.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I think
you're driving to Philadelphia for a game. You know something.
Yeah, Breslow wants to sell at the trade deadline so bad that he's probably praying every night that they lose.
Last night, somebody hit a home run last night, and they were talking about all the moves that the team has made just positionally, and they shot up to the sky. They shot up to the owner's box or the GM's box, and Breslow was like leaning over. He's like, he was like prison eating. He was like slumped all the way down, and he's like just scooping chowder into his face. It was like that scene from Seinfeld where they caught George eating the sundae at the U.S. Open. It was the same thing. And I was like, that was too funny. I'm sure he's not thrilled that they hit him with the camera there, but yeah, I'd love to see it work out. I never like seeing anyone leave. And I think with everything that happened with the show and him coming out and talking about his mental health, I think for us to step away from Jared Duran is such a absolute mistake if they do that. There's so many other moves they could make.
There's a podcast that it's Carabas and a guy from 98.5.
Yeah,
they had him on this week, and both of them say they're like he can't make it in this market. He puts too much pressure on him to be the guy. Like he told them, he's like, I'm trying to be the all-star MVP every at bat, and he's putting way too much pressure on it. And with his mental issues that he's been having, like I don't think that San Diego would be the perfect place for him.
Mm.
Like
Yeah.
I think for his mental health, he should be moved out of Boston. I think
San Diego, I don't think has the farm system to, unless we're getting Jackson Merrill back or something like that. Like,
Yeah,
what do we,
but Duran's not having a great season this year, so they're not going to get a ton for him.
Yeah.
On other hand, he's older than the rest of them. He's 27, 28. These other guys are just, 22, 23 years
babies.
old.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah,
So should we talk about your team, Timmy, the mini Bruins up at
the Boston College Bruins? Do you want to talk about the Boston College Bruins? It was so funny. Because I was completely like not paying attention, and you texted, and I'm like, oh shit, that's on right now. So I click over, and when I clicked over, they had already played the Adam Sandler thing and stuff. Yeah. I can't believe. First of all, I love that the Islanders grabbed. I already forget his last name. The story behind Matt, the kid they grabbed first, and
Shoffley or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like it's Schaefer or something like that. Anyway, Maddie, the first pick. I love that. I love that the Islanders were smart enough, like emotionally intelligent enough to put the breast cancer ribbon on the jersey. So when he put it on, he kisses that like that.
And they put his mother's initials on the back of the jersey also.
Yeah, so well done. They did such a great job with that. But then the fact that he falls to 7 is a blessing and stunning all at the same time. I'm super excited. I can't believe we got him to fall. Well, first of all, to fall that far, and the fact that we grabbed him. And I didn't catch it. There would seem to be a lot of stuff on social media about an awkward exchange between him. Like they bring the kids over to the big screen, and they had Sweeney and Neely like on the big screen, and one of the staffer. What happened there? What was that all about? That it was all awkward.
There was no audio feed.
Oh, is that what it was?
So he's standing there and he's like saying hi, and there's nothing coming back to them. And finally, the girl interviewer was like, "Oh, I think we're having audio difficulties." And he's like,
I didn't investigate enough to see what the problem was, but I kept hearing about this awkward exchange. I'm like, oh, that tracks with Don Sweeney.
You know what? I love and hate the draft. All of the drafts. I hate the awkward, dumb interviews the stupid questions that they ask. It's like, I know they're only doing their job, but so I think it was Butchergrass was doing the NHL draft for ESPN, and he asked the kid, the first pick, he's like, "What do you miss most about your mother?" I'm like, are you an asshole? Like, obviously it's super emotional, and like what are you doing? It's like I hate the interviews. They're very awkward, and they ask the same thing. Oh, what are you feeling right now? It's like they're freaking out of their mind right now. They don't know what to say because they're like so excited. They've just been drafted to, it's their dream coming true right now, and you're asking these
really bad questions.
And then they ask the parents. The parents are even worse. They're like, oh, so how? And very rarely do the parents actually say more than like 2 words.
Right.
It's like, oh, what do you think of Johnny getting drafted to his childhood team?
Right.
It's great. It's like, okay, this is horrible TV.
Janina, to your point, Janina hates those interviews because they're just awkward. Janina hates awkward television. Janina hates competition shows, singing, any of that kind of stuff. So this is probably NFL draft this year. This was the funniest thing I've ever. If you weren't paying attention, you'd be like, oh, this is an SNL skit. So it was the NFL draft. I forget who the athlete was. And they're doing the post. They're doing they're talking to the parents after he gets drafted. And they're standing there, and the girl says to the mother, and the kid's family was from Virginia, and he had just got drafted by whomever, doesn't matter, but don't forget the draft was in Green Bay, right? and the girl says to the mother of the athlete, "How far has your family come?" Sorry. I promised I'd get through this. She goes, "How far has your family come?" And she goes, "Well, we're from Virginia Beach, so it was about 18 hours." Like she answered it logistically, which I'm like, okay, sure. And that's not what she meant, you know? Like you're waiting for her to be like, "We had a car with 3 tires and we used to live in a van down by the river and we made his mouthpiece out of an old tire." Like, you know, I was waiting for that kind of story. And she's like, "Well, we're from Virginia Beach. It took us about 18 hours to get here. How far has your family come?"
Yeah.
Oh, gems. All gems. All gems. Oh my God. Oh boy. The good news is it's July. So in a couple of weeks, I trust Scotty's going to have the short people probably down at a camp. You boys going to camp at some point? Down to Gillette?
We're going to the Bats camp. We're doing first week, week 1 or whatever it is, the first week that it opens to public. I don't know if that's actually just like the first week of camp or if it's, I can't remember, but so like I think we're doing the 25th and 26th. We'll be down there in July, and gonna say that we couldn't get.
Make sure you pick up a $50 T-shirt.
Yeah, right. I've bought stuff at the Pats Pro Shop, and it's not as expensive as the Red Sox one. I'm just saying.
We bought a lot of stuff at the Pats Pro Shop, yes, over the years.
Yeah, so I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? Anyway, yeah, looking forward to that. We've never done it before, so looking forward to that. You know,
I'm stunned it's your first camp. That's crazy. Boys are gonna love it. Boys are gonna love it.
Yeah, they're gonna have a blast. So we're gonna do that, and then outside of that, right now, trips are really few and far between at this point. Just, you know, it's going to be a pretty a lot of pool time this year.
A lot of pool time.
Yeah.
There's a chance I could. Are you going Friday? That Friday?
I'd have to look at the calendar.
Are you going Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday?
Oh no, we're doing the 23rd, 24th, and then we're leaving the 25th. And then we're stopping one. I think we might stop on the way back up for something. Yeah, and then
I'm off that week. There's a chance, so I'm going to the Phillies Red Sox game.
Yeah,
and
gotcha.
Like we'll be coming back probably that Thursday night. So
it's the Rubber Shoes Road Show. He might stop in Foxborough.
Possible we might go to Foxborough. Yeah.
Then we're doing
that is a good take. We've done that a couple of years. That's pretty good. Pretty good take.
Yeah, then I think we're stopping somewhere on the way back to visit a friend, and then for that Saturday the 26th, and then back up on the 27th. So, yeah,
sweet.
Are you doing another Hall of Fame this year?
Not this year. No. No. We did that last year, and this year we're staying a little closer to home this time. I think next year we'll do a bigger one. I want to do Springfield. I want to stop in there. That's one of the spots that, you know, we're talking about it. So I'm still trying to convince them. Like, it's not that
There's
far.
a lovely Hilton Garden Inn if you go past Springfield and just cut down to Connecticut. In Milford, there's a wonderful Hilton Garden Inn. You can pop right there, stay there. It's right down the street from one of the guys on the show. Mike caused me to carry around a bag of anger for a few years.
Yeah, that's the side of Connecticut.
It's been a while since I've been to Springfield, and I was talking to Tyler. I'm like, oh, you know what? We should go there again. He's like, oh, I'm definitely down with it. So maybe this summer we'll hit it. If maybe in the fall, but it's definitely on our radar.
We've only ever done the NFL. We haven't done any of the others, which is sort of shocking considering my wife is the maniac that she is.
If you're a baseball fan, you got to go to Cooperstown.
Got to get to Cooperstown. I know. We do.
Yeah, I want to get to Cooperstown.
For sure.
It's, I mean, for me, like, baseball is my favorite, and I
hadn't noticed.
I could actually, when I was a kid with my dad, we were there for like a week down there. We did a week's vacation down there. It's the whole town is just amazing. It's like a little it's like out of a like a 1950s movie, you know, this little town. It's like got the main street and stuff like that. It's It's
$50
so
T-shirts.
Was that
nice.
to
No,
me?
I think.
Yeah, he just blessed you. He blessed you. Yeah.
Oh, I coughed.
What?
Oh,
listen.
That's why I was so confused.
He's
I coughed
taking.
and I
He's
thought
covering.
you got that.
He's covering anything.
I appreciate it.
Listen.
I was just like, wait, is that to me?
I'm
hot,
pulling
but
him
he
in.
has a kicker.
He's a Boston College Bruins fan now. I'm pulling him in. Chestnut Hill University.
I know,
I'll have him receiving. He's going to be receiving communion soon. We're going to make him a Catholic kid.
Love it.
What?
So I'll put it. Anyone want to come to the Songus Arena to see UMass Lowell versus BC? We could do a ATB gathering.
I would come down for that.
Kind of in the middle. I know it's in my backyard, but it's
I will do a road trip for that this winter. Usually when I go off campus for BC games, it's Janina gets the skybox with the company at UNH.
Then
I don't have to sit with the humans.
University of Maine's way up, right?
Oh, Orono?
Yeah,
it's a hike. It's a hike.
Yeah.
That's one of those weekends. Because normally, what would happen on a hockey weekend is like when we play the River Chickens, it would be a Friday night is in Lowell, and then Saturday night is at Chestnut Hill University, right? When we play Orono, both games are in Orono.
Yeah,
it's never a home and home.
So I highly doubt Adam would come to a BC hockey game. So
he'll if he can go to Lowell, he'll make the trip. He'll fly in.
So
maybe he won't.
We'll throw it out there. Either Lowell or I'll go up to UNH, and if we want to meet there, because that's in the middle for Scotty and me. It's kind of in the middle of both of us.
I would rather go to Lowell than UNH. There, I said it on the air.
Like, honestly, it takes me 20 minutes to get there, if that, 20 minutes to get to Whittemore Center.
I'd rather go to Lowell.
Okay, well, let's put it on our radar, and I just want to throw in an apology. I meant nothing bad about the main thing I said about Cooper Flag going to school in Florida instead of staying in Maine. Because I tell you what, as I said on the text, I hate the state that I live in, but Portland, Maine is one of my favorite places that I've ever been to.
Oh, of course.
I think that city is spectacular. I tell everyone every time I talk to people, they're like, "Oh, I'm looking to get away." I'm like, "Go to Portland. It's
Portland. It's
awesome.
Great restaurants. Great restaurants.
A lot to do. A lot of stuff to do. Portland's awesome. No, I honestly, it wasn't a big deal. I think I more
you did.
I did.
Yeah. Adam's like, "Oh, why are you getting all over Maine?" I'm like, I'm not. Like it was just honestly, it was a joke. It was just a joke.
Yeah, but you think about like, obviously this state, we don't have a lot of we don't have a lot of athletes, you know what I mean, like coming out here and stuff, or even people that go to UMaine, like you guys have Boston College, UMass and stuff like that, and like I made like the comment of Canby, right, which is like he's from Connecticut, but whatever, but it's like, but he went to UMass. It's that type of thing. We don't get that here because we only have really one university. So the fact that he was in Newport, which is this tiny little town up north, it's about, I don't know, like an hour and a half from here or so, maybe 2. And then, it's cool. It's definitely cool for us and something that I'll root for him for Dallas. But it would have been awesome if the Celtics could have pulled a miracle. But I didn't think that was going to happen.
I almost pulled the trigger on I love him wearing 32. Almost pulled the trigger on it, but I can't. I don't like Dallas right now. I hate what they did with Luka and.
I love Coop to death. I would never. No.
I would cheer for him his entire career.
1,000%. 1,000%.
Or if he goes to the Lakers, that's gonna be tough. I'll cheer from him.
He's not going to the Lakers. He's coming home as soon as possible.
He can't go to Philly and he can't go to LA. If you do anything else, I'll cheer for him and then that'll be fine. But I can't buy a jersey though. I will never buy a jersey for that. So I only own 2 Celtics jerseys anyway. So,
I do have a Dallas jersey already. I have a Luka before he got traded.
There you go.
Don't do it again. One is enough.
I love Luka, but it's
one is enough.
If he has there's a couple, like I've been on the cusp of buying a Wemby jersey because I think he's phenomenal. And now
Luke's backing him up now.
now
Oh yeah, Cornet.
Black Cooper. If he has a great rookie year, like if he's rookie, of the
You're gonna
year,
fold and get one. You can't help
I
yourself.
might.
Oh my God. Oh dear Lord.
Just for the player, not for the team. For the player.
Of course.
Maybe I
Of
can
course.
get
We
one that
completely
doesn't pay
understand. We
Dallas
completely
bill.
understand. We are back at it next week. I think we're aiming for Monday, yes, boys? Scotty's a 70% chance. 70% chance of yelling and screaming. Excellent. I think we have Adam and Rubber Shoes. Maybe we'll rope Corey in. I think he's got availability next week. I just don't think he's looked at his phone. So we'll be back at it on Monday. Scotty,
Real
yes,
quick
before we go.
And I feel like we talk about this every year, but I always forget. I don't have the memory like Timmy does, who remembers,
careful.
wedding and all the details. 4th of July, you guys do anything like tradition-wise, other than like barbecue, chilling, swilling, and grilling?
Not really. We would normally, this would normally be go down to Bentley Lane. And Cheryl, we're doing a big family cookout at the end of July, so that's not happening. So I'm marching out of here at like noontime Thursday. Friday, nothing. Saturday, golf at Atlantic Pines at Old Marsh, which is the new. It's called Atlantic Pines at Old Marsh now. That's Saturday. That's Saturday with Johnny Lester and the crew. And then Sunday, I'm going to see Rubber Shoes and the Gooch and our boy Maddie down in Northborough at Juniper Hills. So that's it. I'm golfing, then I'm golfing. But no fireworks, no fisticuffs.
Yeah,
that I know of yet.
We're having a small family cookout. We don't do it every year. We do it most years. I want to try and make it an every year tradition, running in the Carson. So if there's 4th of July parade in Chelmsford, Scotty, that before the parade starts, they have a road race for a kid that. So I went to school with this kid. He got killed as a freshman. He was running cross country practice and got clipped by a train.
Yeah, wearing headphones, didn't see the train coming. It was horrifying. Yep.
So I've ran it a couple times with Timmy. I've run it, I think, once without Timmy, and I wanted to do it this year, but I didn't get to, I mean, I could wake up and run. It's only 2 miles.
You could go bandit. You'd be fine.
I could do it, but it's probably the closest thing to running the Boston Marathon,
because everybody's lined up waiting for the parade.
It's amazing. It's like the cheering as you're running down. It's only a 2-mile race, but it's lined with people the whole way because they're out there.
Well, this is what Scotty doesn't realize, nor anybody else until we tell them now. There is and I'm sure other towns do this. There are probably going to be chairs out for the 4th of July parade tomorrow.
No,
the townies put their chairs out early.
No, wow. They put a town ordinance out a couple years ago that you're not allowed to put them out until I think 4:00 the night before.
Yeah, so
those were the fisticuffs, Jimmy.
They said
it's 4 p.m. the night before. It's so ridiculous.
If you put it out before that, DPW comes by with the big dump truck and picks them all up.
Fucking Chelmsford's so ridiculous. Ridiculous.
They are getting bad.
Yeah, not great.
Yeah, before a week before, people would be putting their chairs up where they want to sit.
All right, favorite side. You get your burgers, you get your dog. What do you put? What's your side?
Wait. Scotty wants to tell us about his tradition.
He's gonna right after he tells us his side. Oh, are you burger or dog?
Burger.
Okay, and then what's your side? What's your one side that you would die on?
Pasta salad, man. Like a nice cold pasta salad. With
Careful. Pasta salad or macaroni salad?
Pasta salad.
Really? With vinaigrette?
Really? It has like the mayo and stuff, and it's too hot that time of year.
Terrible. Nope. No. My mom's, which is her mom's. My maternal grandmother, Mildred, the greatest mac salad. This is gonna freak out America, but you know what, America? Fuck you. Made with Miracle Whip. Oh, dude, the dopest. Ice cold out of the fridge. My mother would make a 70-pound vat in a Tupperware container from Melanie DeVoe. Oh my God. So ridiculous. Ridiculous. I don't like pasta salad. I don't want the vinaigrette. Give me the mayo. I would rather have a hot bowl of coagulated mayonnaise macaroni salad than vinaigrette any day of the week. There, I grossed everybody out. What are you doing on 4th of July? Because you didn't get a chance to tell us.
So
Oh no, go ahead, Billy. What's your
you don't know what I
side,
want?
and then I'll tell mine. Yeah, go ahead.
Go
Billy.
ahead. Go ahead, Rubbish.
And I'll say mine.
So do you want me this year or past years?
Oh.
Because this year it's
I'm so afraid to answer right now.
just burger and chicken wings. That's all I'm eating.
Because you're not, you're not doing all the carbs.
But
yes.
in the past, my father-in-law makes a tremendous potato salad.
Okay.
It's
I got you there.
So it's like these certain potatoes that he has to buy, and it's got eggs in it also.
Yeah.
Yes. A little mustard. I mean, a little mayo, Gouldens mustard, dill, and it's phenomenal. It is very good.
We will all be down there at 3:00. Wonderful.
No sides for me.
If you want, Timmy, by the way, just as an FYI, if you guys, I don't know, you didn't sound like you're a fireworks person, but if you have enjoyed the Portsmouth fireworks, go check them out this year. They're Thursday, but might be the last time they do it because the town's like, we're not paying for them anymore. So they've already come out and said
Portsmouth is wrapping up. So I know, I think you might have met Pettigrew in passing. One of my agents, Pettigrew, puts out, he does it in his street. And he's friends with all the people in Portsmouth that matter. So he does it on his street. And last year he tipped about 12 minutes. He does. Way. Yeah. He went shopping 2 weeks ago. He has about 12 minutes worth of fireworks. And all of his friends and neighbors like, this is better than the city.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So yeah, he's pretty fanatical about it. That's crazy. Yeah, so Portsmouth is going to shut it down. That's crazy.
I think they are. I think this might be the last year they do it. That's what Amy was telling me too. But
that's stupid.
No,
they get the money. That's dumb.
Pretty chill. Might have the Gutowskis over, seeing what they're up to. But other than that, we're going to be kind of just enjoying the pool and a lot of barbecue. We'll have some of the fam come over and stuff like that too. But yeah, pretty chill. So
pasta salad and a burger.
I mean, if I look gun to my head, if like you really want, like, well, you're talking barbecue stuff, I'm taking steak. You know what I mean? Like,
amen.
Steak.
Oh, 1,000%. 1,000%. You know what? If you're feeling like you want your heart to stop, and I'm sure you probably had these, but if you haven't and you haven't bought your stuff for the grill yet, get them because they're amazing. Does everybody on the screen right now like boneless spare ribs at any Chinese restaurant?
Oh yeah.
Have you ever had the Chinese sausages?
No.
Go seek them out. So they look red, like red hot snappers. You can buy the actual red hot dogs. All right. Sorry, Billy. Okay. For the other two of us, go seek them out in any grocery store. And they look red, just like a red hot dog, like a classic red hot dog would look.
Yep.
Dude, it's a hot dog full of boneless spare. That's what it tastes like. Magical. Really? And you chuck them in a bun, dude. Chuck them in a bun. And you need to put nothing on them for obvious reasons.
Sausage and aso sauce.
Oh my God. They're so good. Yeah. They're so good. Yeah. Thank me later, Scotty. The boys will love them.
Done. I added to the old the grocery list. So.
It's so funny. I'm going back to Hannah. I
have any list. I'm going
to Hannaford again right now. So she had me pick up groceries yesterday after work, and then like her and Cameron are unpacking all the groceries, and she's like, "Did they not give us Diet Coke?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Did you order Diet Coke?" So she comes back and she looks at her Hannaford order. She's like, "I didn't order Diet Coke." So I'm leaving here to go to Hannaford to pick up grocery delivery number 2 to get Mama Diet Coke so I can stay married. Yes,
and go to Market Basket. It's cheaper.
Honest to God, I missed the window. I should have done it this morning. They've already closed out the order. But yes, I'll get some Chinese sausages before the end of the week. They're so good, deadly. Anyway, we're back at it next Monday. We want to thank our dear friends Joe and Leslie and everybody at AAA Work Trucks for backing the stupidity every 167 hours. You can track us down at atbshow.com. You can like, comment, share. And of course, subscribe. We'll be back next week. Maybe all 5 of us. Adam is threatening to show up. Scotty is teetering on the brink of falling into the pool and maybe not making it. Rubber Shoes, hopefully we'll have some inappropriate air-filled fruit that he can mount for us on camera next week. And we also might get the one and only Corey M. Smith. And if we get him, it'll be a full show. We'll see you next week. We thank you for hanging out with us. Have a great holiday.